What's up, everyone? All right, I'm going to be talking about the season finale of American Gods. And I have to say, this show blew me away. I think this is probably my favorite TV series in a while. Like, I like TV shows, but I think this is one of those upper tier shows that a lot of people should be talking about. And I think ultimately, when people start binging this show, as like the word of mouth gets around, people go, "Oh, did you see this show? Oh, did you see this show?" And I think by the time the second season comes around, people are going to be stoked because this show, American Gods, start to finish, was a wild ride, and it's just a wild ride of fantasy, a wild ride of gods and fantasy, but um I reviewed the first few episodes, and I kind of like teetered off and got lazy, because you know, I can't always be making videos. But where I left off was uh, Laura. She gets a coin that brings her back to life, and basically she gets pursued by Mad Sweeney, and he wants his coin back. So that's like the big story. He keeps pursuing her. She keeps denying, and she even dies again, and she gets another coin from Mad Sweeney. So I kind of feel like he likes her, even though he makes. I think that's a cover. I think they even in that storyline where we go back to the 1800s, and it's Laura, Emily Brown and playing like an earlier character. I really like that episode. It was like we learned about her. Her name was Ellie, and she becomes a thief, and it's just like this big side story that it goes back to Matt Sweeney when he was younger, and he liked this girl who looks exactly like Laura. And there was also this really cool intro where they had like a cartoon animation. It was really cool. But then we also got the main storyline, which is Mr. Wednesday and Shadow Moon trying to get as many gods on her side to face the media gods. Um, the media gods ultimately is led by um, Crispin Glover from the Back to the Future. George McFly. But he's a weird actor. Like anytime, like he's become like such an eccentric character. When he shows up, it was like really cool. Like Crispin Glover, like he's got like a knack for being like crazy, but put him in charge of to be like a god. I mean, you just got some mad crazy guy. Then you got Gillian Anderson from X Files. She's also one of the new gods. I mean, the new gods aren't good. They're trying to take over the world and just reprogram everyone. And the old gods are trying to get people back to believe again, to believe, because there's a lot of people losing faith. They don't really pray, or we're all just a bunch of, we're in the line of the media guides. They're winning. That's why Mr. Wednesday wants to get the old gods back in order. So the season finale is, oh yeah, you know what? He goes and tries to get the Vulcan god, and he makes a sword for him, and the Vulcan god is the god of like volcanoes, but in the TV show he's like the god of guns and ammunition, and he lives in this town and everyone owns a gun, but in his old god days, he used to forge swords and arrows and all that stuff. So when Mr. Wednesday gets there, he has him forge a sword for him, but he double crosses him, and he tells him that the new gods that they're there because he betrays Mr. Wednesday, who I'll get to it. He's one of the highest gods there is, but he betrays Mr. Wednesday, and Mr. Wednesday cuts his head off with the sword he forged. The crazy scene, and season finale, we get to the Easter god, and she's like the before Jesus died. There used to be Easter was different. It was used to be the god of spring, and she used to be prayed to, and people would sacrifice like small things for her, and they would pray to her for crops and blah 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 blah. But then, Jesus came along, and Easter became about bunnies, you know, chocolate eggs, um, gummy bears, and just peeps, and all the pastel colors. That's the new form of Easter. But he gets to her, and Mr. Wednesday reveals himself to be Odin, one of the oldest guys there is, Norse guy. He's Odin, and then he basically says, we're not going to take the new gods. He basically tells them the old gods are coming back. And then Crispin Glover, who's the media god, says, well, you want a war? You got one. And that's how the season ends. We're going to have a war between the old gods and the new gods. And that's how it ended. And I think this show knew it was going to be 2 seasons because it was all introductory. There was really very little battle. And I think next season's going to be all battle. And I think that was going to make this show awesome. Ultimately, if you like fantasies, you gotta check out American Gods. I gave it like an A plus. A plus show. A plus actors. A plus all around. It's just a very colorful, crazy filmed show that everyone needs to see. Alright? If you saw American Gods, let me know what your favorite parts. I know there's books to this show that I feel like it seems like I'm total noob. So like and subscribe, and like I said, let me know what you thought of the show. I loved it. All right, peace out.